Oh, plenty indeed there, Peter. And one of the things that we've just heard about, big headline, of course, that increase in the national wage. It's going up by 6.7%. And that means a pay rise, essentially, for tens of thousands of workers across the East Midlands next year. Here's our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball.
Budget day in Leicester, a city where thousands of workers are on the national living wage. Today, confirmation that it's rising to £12.21 an hour.
Good. That's very good.
Yeah. So it should, because people can't afford to live.
People need to live. If you're working, you need to have enough money to be able to live.
I agree with it, that it goes up, but everything else is going to go up with it to cover for the minimum wage going up. So nobody's going to benefit.
It's a good thing. Whether or not it will work remains to be seen. A lot of employers, I'd find it very difficult to believe that they would pay the minimum wage. And a lot of the employees, they probably not even heard of the minimum wage.
There are people working on minimum contracts for peanuts. So any improvement in the minimum wage has got to be good.
I mean, investment skills is really important.
On Evington Road, Parish joined me to watch the budget speech over a cuppa.
Carers allowance up there. That's a welcome first step from this government.
Parish represents workers from Leicester's garment industry to Rolls-Royce in Derby.
Oh, it's going to make a massive difference. You know, when you look at workers that are continuing to suffer as a result of the cost of living crisis, you know, having that increase in the national minimum wage is going to be really, really important, and it's certainly long overdue and a welcome first step.
Isn't there a danger, though, it could backfire if employers can't afford it, that people could lose their hours, even lose their jobs?
No, I'm not convinced of that. We had that same type of scaremongering back in 1997 when the national minimum wage was first introduced, and it didn't materialise in any of that. You know, jobs were protected, jobs were created.
But Abdul says it's going to be tough.
Before we didn't used to weigh our meat, now we're weighing our meat because we have to.
He's facing higher bills to pay for his workers' wages.
Prices will have to go up because everything has gone up, you know. I mean, we'll have to see where we can claw back, whether we have to make changes to the menu, whether we have to make changes to the portioning, you know, whether we have to look at, you know, going back on certain discount deals. There we go, sir. And I'm just hoping that, you know, people will be encouraged to spend more. Because their wages are going up. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve it, of course they do, but obviously we've got to maintain the business.
The Chancellor says this is a budget to make work pay. The real test of that will be in communities like this one, where so many are on the minimum wage. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Leicester.